Hey there, good afternoon. I'm Trey Sutton with HISD Now. We're coming on this afternoon to share some important and very exciting news regarding the state's 2024-25 accountability ratings. And joining me this afternoon is Superintendent Mike Miles to share more about this historic achievement. First off, Superintendent Miles, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Trey. Yes, it's exciting news, and I want to tell people about it. It's preliminary state accountability data, which means that the state will put out its final accountability ratings on August 15th. But this is preliminary, and it's good news for HISD. So first, let me explain to parents and to students and to the listening audience, what does A through F rating accountability mean? So the state gives or scores every school and provides a letter grade, A, B, C, D, F, for every school based on several things, but mostly STAR exams, that's a state exam, achievement gaps, graduation rates, career tech ed scores for high school, things like that. Most of it's about the STAR scores, though. And those exams tell parents and students whether their students can read at grade level, do math at grade level, or are proficient in the other subjects. So that's the A through F accountability ratings we're talking about. But beyond the letter grade, what it really means, I just want to describe for a moment what it means for a student to attend an A campus versus an F-rated campus. Because when you're attending an F-rated campus, that's like having an anchor on you as you go through the school system. It's a drag, and it weighs you down, and it's hard to achieve and get the education you need when you are, when you have this anchor. When you attend an A school, it's very much different. And A school students are lifted up, they're rising. It's like they have balloons on their arms or in the school. It's like that movie Up, right, where you're rising up. So that's the difference between A and F. So it's important, and it means a lot. It means a lot for our students. So having told you what the A through F rating is, let me tell you, how did we do? How did our schools do? And happy to say that we did great. You did great, teachers. You did great, students. We went from 121 D and F rated campuses 2 years ago to 18, and we went of those 121, 56 were F-rated campuses 2 years ago, and today there are 0 F-rated campuses. On the other side, on the A and B side, you had 93 A and B campuses 2 years ago, and today it's 197, over twice as much. That means, if you look at the graph on your screen, 74% of our kids are attending A and B schools, when just 2 years ago, only 35% were attending A and B schools, and almost half the district was attending a D or F school. Now it's down to 7% attending D or F. Well, no Fs, just D schools. So that's a tremendous improvement. Looking at it slightly different, you see we went from 121 D and F schools 2 years ago. We brought that down to 41 a year ago, and now we're down to 18 D schools, 0 F schools. For the first time since the accountability ratings, no HISD student will be attending an F-rated campus when the school year starts. On the other side, even better news, 93 A and B schools when we started, we brought that up to 170 a year ago, and now we're at 197. That's more than doubling. The students, please congratulate our students. Please congratulate our teachers. This is incredible news for them and their success. Just to put a finer point on how transformative the last 2 years have been. In our profession, we have talked about how zip code is often destiny. It's like you can tell where a kid lives by where the poor performing schools are. And so in parts of town, even in Houston, right, There are parts of town where you can look at a map of where the failing schools are. Like the map you see on the screen is 2023 ratings. So the pink and the red, those are failing schools or DNF schools. And look at parts of town you can see where kids were struggling, where the schools were struggling. And a lot of times that's our underserved kids challenged by poverty or language barriers. Now, most large urban districts are like that. In 2 years, we've changed that totally. This is the map in Houston today. You cannot find a zip code where there aren't some high-performing schools, some A and B schools. Every child, no matter where they are in Houston, no matter where they are on this map, has a high-performing school, an A or B campus near them. And that's never been the case in Houston or any other large urban district. And this is what our students have been doing.
Yeah.
So the success for our kids is phenomenal in just 2 years. Look, the last thing I'll say is we have a long way to go, no question. We still have students who are behind. We still have an achievement gap that we have to close. We've made great progress, but we're not done. So the work continues in the 25-26 school year.
Wonderful. And you saw right there on that map, a lot of different colors there, certainly a big change there. Can you talk to me a little bit before we go, what this change means to the city of Houston as a whole? Yeah,
you know, thanks for asking that question. I like Houston. Houston's a good city. In fact, I just bought a house here. And so I'm invested in this city too. It's a good city and it's moving towards great. But in order to be great, you also have to have a great education system. You have to have a good school system that's contributing a workforce to a vibrant city that's moving forward, that is attracting businesses, and businesses won't come as easily if the workforce isn't educated well. So this is not just, it's mostly about a kid's future, yes, and it's about the city's future. It's cliche, I know, to say that our kids are our future. Well, that's the case in every big city. What we're trying to do is get them to read, write, and do math at grade level and be prepared for the year 2035 world and workplace. And if we do that well over the next several years, Houston, the city, will have a populace graduating from high school, that many of whom go to college, but many of them who do not go to college have a livable wage, a high-skilled job, a high-demand job, and that's what the city needs.
Wonderful. So HISD and the City of Houston moving forward together.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much, Superintendent Miles, for stopping by today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Trey.
And if you're just logging onto the live stream right now, we're going to have this full conversation posted to the channel immediately after this live stream ends. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are so that you don't miss it. But thank you for watching HISD Now.
Good? Is that all right?
That's it.
Good. That's a wrap.